Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nixie Marie, your groovy guide to all things Feng Shui and high vibe homes. I am back with some fun Feng Shui tips for you to apply into your space today. Things that you can take into your space, into your home to radically shift the energy and raise the vibes. As always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and put on those notifications, get notified when I go live, get notified when I do all the things. I am definitely working on my YouTube channel as of late, really working through how I can make it better for you. Thanks to a lot of your comments and everything and the feedback you guys are giving me. I love it. Keep it up. Let me know, as always, if you have any comments around Feng Shui or questions that I can answer. I love to do a little Q&A in the comment section below, so have at it and let me know what you think. All right, let's get into what we're talking about today. One of the most important aspects of Feng Shui. We are going to be focusing on the do's and don'ts of good bedroom Feng Shui, avoiding common mistakes that I often see in both my clients' and students' homes, as well as mistakes I've even made myself. So let's first start out with how we utilize Feng Shui to create good energy in our home and the system behind what Feng Shui really is. As a Feng Shui consultant and student of Feng Shui, Qigong, the I Ching, I tend to really lean on some of these Eastern traditions because they've really served me and provided me with longevity, health, and really just vibrancy in living a beautiful life and creating my dream life. One of the things I find so fascinating about Feng Shui is that we actually see the system being used across the planet in all of these sacred sites, such as the temples, the Temple of Heaven in China, the pyramids, sacred sites in Machu Picchu. There's always a similar thread of how these sacred sites were built aligned with the solstices and really connected to the rising and the setting sun. While back in those days, maybe it wasn't called Feng Shui to be exact, but what it did show us is that the ancient civilizations knew something that we don't often see today. They understood that when building these sacred sites, placing the entranceway that was facing the rising sun on the east was actually a way that all of the energy in these potent sites would be activated by the yang energies of the sun. While we don't necessarily set up buildings or homes with the facing or the front door on the east side of the directions, there is still plenty of ways that we can evaluate a space and set it up to bring in good qi and energy in our home. This is when Feng Shui comes into our modern approach to how we live our life. Feng Shui system was created during the Chinese dynasty when the Temple of Heaven was being built and the emperor wanted to reign in his power and he wanted to have a space that would actually support him in his power. Now, a lot of this information was kept from the commoners because it was information that would really apply only to the hierarchical systems of the kings, the queens, and the emperors. Over time, the system has definitely evolved. I personally study classical Feng Shui, but what it has evolved into is the ability to remedy and cure homes so that even if we're not aligned with all the solstices or the rising sun and the setting moon, then we can actually apply basic things to help enhance the overall energy of a space. Now, when I'm talking about energy, I'm talking about qi, the life force, the prana, the breath that our home needs in order to have aliveness and really enhance our overall health, well-being. And in this case, and today's episode, we're focusing on sleep. So now that you know a little bit about the basics on Feng Shui, we're gonna focus on our bedrooms and some of the do's and don'ts with how we actually are going to set up our space, including bed placement. What are the things that you need to put in your bedroom to have good sleep? These are going to be especially important if you have any sleep issues such as insomnia, restlessness, or simply can't seem to fall asleep. When you are laying in your bed, you feel activated, you feel alive. That's when all of the thoughts start pouring in. So these are some tips that you are going to want to apply to your bedroom today. All right, we're going to start with the do's, all the things that you want to do in your bedroom, and make sure you stay tuned through the whole video so you watch the don'ts, the things that we really want to avoid and the common mistakes that we often see in Feng Shui that creates bad sleep patterns. Number one, Good bed placement. This is the first thing that you really want to focus on when it comes to having a good feng shui bedroom, where your bed is placed. The best way we want to have our bed placed is what's called the command position. In feng shui, this refers to being in command of the room. It allows you to see the door in the room so that your line of sight is meeting that doorway, but also so that your feet are not directly in alignment with the door. This promotes a feeling of stability and safety when you sleep. A lot of feng shui plays off how the environment is affecting our subconscious mind. So when we cannot see who's entering the bedroom, we start to feel unsafe, insecure, and this can create a buzz of thoughts before we sit down and rest our bodies and go to sleep. And number 2, soothing colors in your bedroom. I have seen colors that definitely do not work in a bedroom, such as reds, oranges, yellows, things that should be more likely to be in an office space where it creates an activating energy. What we want to do in our bedrooms is create a soft and serene environment so it feels like we are actually returning to the womb or the mother. So we have this deep sense of stability, groundedness, and we feel just able to fall asleep, and simply so that we just feel like we can have rest and calm that monkey mind. The bedroom should be a place of rest, romance, rejuvenation, and nourishment. Color actually plays off our emotions. So we want to place colors in our bedroom that make us feel like we want to go to sleep. Colors like blues, browns, beige, dark earthy tones, or even light pinks. Nothing too crazy here. We don't want to go bright fuchsia, but any pops of color that tend to feel more on the softer yin side of things. We refer to yang and yin in the feng shui system, which yang is this masculine, activating energy, and yin is the soft, feminine energy. So we want to apply yin principles in our bedroom so that we feel like we can pause, we can rest, we can be nourished by this motherly archetype, this feminine way, because feminine energies are said to be more nourishing. So we want our bedroom to feel like we're stepping into this beautiful oasis that feels like a retreat. It feels like a hotel. We get into soft, beautiful, cushiony, fluffy comforters, anything that really just makes you feel like, I can rest here. This is our goal with our bedroom. Number 3, keep fresh, good air quality in your bedroom. We really want to make sure our air quality is top notch when we go to sleep, because this is where some of us end up snoring. We keep our mouths open when we sleep. By adding elements like an air purifier, a dehumidifier, or even a diffuser, we can increase the overall air quality in our bedrooms. Natural light and opening up windows from time to time is also very important to have in your bedroom, as this is also a good chi booster for the space. Number 4, minimize clutter. Clutter does not belong in the bedroom. It is definitely the one space that we really want to make sure is organized, decluttered, and has a healthy flow of energy that's moving through it at all times, especially if you have any sleep issues. Or if you want to increase your romance. Nobody likes getting sexy with all that clutter all over the bedroom. A clutter-free environment also helps the chi flow around the room. So we want to make sure that with lots of clutter buildup, this can create stagnant chi energy that we do not want in our space. So keeping this area clean and clear of clutter is definitely a regular habit that needs to be implemented on a weekly basis. Number 5, the last and final do that you want to do when it comes to your bedroom. In Feng Shui, when we are focusing on designing a space, we look at 2 very important elements: balance and placement. Now with balance, we want to make sure that the room has a sense of balance in the space. This can be accomplished by placing 2 of the same items, 2 nightstands, 2 lamps, something that has symmetry on each side of the bed. What this does symbolically is actually invites balance into our partnerships, our relationships, and symbolizes an act of everyone having a space to be heard, everyone having a opportunity to have a voice, everyone feeling like they're not being neglected in the relationship. And by everyone, I mean you and your partner. So this provides a balance between you and your partner. And if you don't have a partner, that's okay too. The balance symbolizes calling in the lover or the partner that you desire in your life. And bigger than that, symmetrical design actually plays off our subconscious and creates a sense of calm and ease. It kind of gives us this can-do mentality, because if we have balance in our bedroom, then that's going to show up so many other areas of our life. If we can cultivate that balance there, we can cultivate that balance everywhere else, between work, career, partnerships, family, you name it. You can do this. Start with your bedroom. Okay, and moving right along to the things that you want to avoid doing in your room. These are the don'ts. These are common things that I often see in bedrooms. And like I said, when I was first learning Feng Shui, I had some of these things in my bedroom, and we had to definitely go in and create change. And boy, did it make a difference. Number 1, do not place a bed directly underneath a window. This is said to deplete our energy while we're asleep. If for whatever reason you have no other way to place your bed but under a window, the best remedy, which again, this is why I love Feng Shui. There's always a remedy and a cure. We are not left to the curb and saying, you're tough out of luck, kid. You ain't got nothing. Your life is not going anywhere. No, that's not the case. Feng Shui has a remedy for you. So there are 2 ways that you can remedy this situation. First, you can place a curtain that goes all the way from the top of the window down to the floor. This is going to create a mountain energy, which is something we call in Feng Shui as a supportive element behind us when we are working or sleeping. And secondly, you can place a very tall headboard. And by tall, I mean it should be almost covering the window. And lastly, this is a fun little woo tip for all my witchy friends out there. If you do have a window behind your bed, place a selenite wand along the windowsill so that it helps remove or absorb any of those negative energies inside of your space. Also, if you don't want to go spend money on selenite wands, or you're not a big crystal fan, I would absolutely recommend putting a salt water cure in your bedroom. I have a free guide with step-by-step instructions on how to make a saltwater cure, and in Feng Shui, this is said to remove all the positive ions in our space and create negative ions, which is the things that we feel and need in nature. So this helps remove all the negative energy, and it's a great thing to place in your bedroom, especially if you have a bed underneath a window. Number 2 that you shouldn't do. Do not place mirrors directly facing your bed. So when you're sitting at your bed, you can actually see yourself on the bed. This is not good Feng Shui. This is actually said to also activate energies and can create a sense of depletion with chi and with the energies inside of the bedroom, therefore resulting in a restless energy as you go to sleep, which is not the energy we want. We want calm, peaceful, tranquil space. And on another more woo-woo note, symbolically, this is said to bring in unwanted spirits and create nightmares. Number 3, avoid electronics in your bedroom. Yes, I'm talking to all of you who have TVs in your bedroom. It's a hard no for me here. I've never liked TVs in my bedrooms. The energy of them and the screen, it just kind of weirds me out. It's also sort of an eyesore. But more importantly, TVs, Wi-Fi routers, computers, phones, all of those things emit EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies. These are invisible energies that are created by all these little devices like our phones here. When we are sleeping, this is a no-go zone. We do not want to have tons of EMFs in our space. You can actually get your own EMF detector and measure the energy in your space, especially in your bedroom. This is a place where we just don't want to have a high rating of EMFs. So it's a fun little exercise that you can do to make sure that you do not have any of these frequencies that could be also not only affecting your sleep, but they do and are said to lead to some health concerns. So we really want to make sure this is not in our bedroom. And yes, this is a great time to go get your partner, maybe your husband or your boyfriend that loves his TV in the bedroom before you go to sleep. This is a great opportunity to let them know why it's not a good idea. Also, it does not help our sexy time and intimacy. Couples that have TV in their bedroom are actually statistically proven to have a reduced amount of intimacy in their life. So if you're looking to have more intimacy, say goodbye to that TV. And number 4, While I'm a huge plant advocate and plant mom, plants are not the best thing to have in your bedroom. This is actually an activating energy. You think about it in terms of plants are alive. They actually give the oxygen, but they also take oxygen in our environment. So in a bedroom, this can be more activating. And if you have a lot of plants in there, try removing them for some time and seeing if you have better sleep. I have a couple plants in my bedroom because I just love the aesthetic. I love the vibe. I make sure that there's no more than 2 generally in a bedroom. So just be mindful of how much plants you bring into your bedroom. And last but not least, but kind of least, is number 5. Avoid sharp and pointy objects in the bedroom. How many of you have walked by your bed and stubbed your toe on that silly bed frame? Yep, I know, it hurts. And that actually is what we call in Feng Shui, a poison arrow. This is a sharp, angular energy that is said to cut the qi in half and deplete energy in our spaces. So do not have a metal frame or a metal headboard. This is also a yang activating energy that we do not want in the bedroom, and it creates broken toes, literally broken toes. I've definitely hit my toes and stubbed them several times on a headboard that I do not love, so it got changed, of course. But more importantly than that, we want to avoid sharp, bulky furniture. Round and circular, soft furniture is great. I actually used to live in a yurt back in the day, and I had this circle bed. Woo, I slept like an angel in that bed. I loved circle beds, and not to mention a yurt is a full circle. And in Feng Shui, anything circular is better because the qi can flow around the circle. This is like the earth. Everything is circular. So having things in your bedroom that are softer around the edges, nothing too sharp, furniture, drawers, bookshelves, hanging shelves, you name it, softer is better. And one thing I want to note here too, if you have a A-frame home or a home that has beams going in your bedroom, we really want to avoid placing our bed directly underneath that A-frame so that it divides up you and the other person, your partner, sleeping in the bed, or a beam that goes directly through you and your partner. This can actually create separation in the relationship and lead to arguments. So energetically, if you think about it in terms of it's dividing you energetically, then we really want to make sure that it's not creating any lack of intimacy, lack of communication, or division in other areas of your relationship. Okay, everyone, that concludes our YouTube video for today. I hope I wowed you. I hope I blew your mind. I hope that you can take some of these tips and apply them to your bedroom today to improve your sleep, your intimacy, and that romance. If you're interested in learning more about how to create good bedroom feng shui, join my next masterclass on August 19th, Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm gonna put all the details in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications if you're interested in more feng shui and groovy high vibe home tips. My name's Nixie Marie, and I will see you all next week for another video. Bye everyone, hope you have an amazing rest of your day.